From WREL News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. I'm Cliff Baumgardner. Here's the latest from WREL.com. Yesterday, Governor Roy Cooper said that the coronavirus pandemic is under enough control in North Carolina to allow businesses to reopen this Friday. Cooper's stay-at-home order went into effect on March 30th, forcing many businesses to close, restricting operations at others, and limiting public gatherings to no more than 10 people. But the governor said his order, set to expire Friday, will be extended for another 2 weeks, but will be modified to allow more commercial activities. Cooper recently laid out a 3-phase plan for reopening the state, but he said the timing and pace of that effort would depend on data that shows the virus is waning in North Carolina. Dr. Mandy Cohen, Secretary of the State Department of Health and Human Services, said most of those trends have been headed in the right direction over the past week or so, including a drop in the number of people reporting symptoms of COVID-19, the illness associated with the virus, expanded testing for the virus, a lower percentage of positive tests, and a flat trend of hospitalizations. These are all good signs. Cooper said the data supports the decision to sign an executive order moving the state into the first part of his 3-phase plan. Under that order, which runs from 5 p.m. this Friday to May 22nd, public gatherings would still be limited to 10 or fewer people. The new order would eliminate the distinction between essential businesses like grocery stores and pharmacies that have been allowed to operate under the stay-at-home order and non-essential businesses such as clothing shops and bookstores, which after Friday can resume operations. Restaurants and bars would still be limited to drive-through, takeout, or delivery service under the new executive order. Salons, barbershops, gyms, and other personal care businesses would remain closed, as would movie theaters, playgrounds, and other sites for mass gatherings. Businesses that can reopen under Phase 1 would have to follow social distancing guidelines to protect customers, such as limiting the number of people inside to 50% of capacity, routinely disinfecting their stores, and screening employees' health daily. But employers are encouraged to continue letting their workers work from home as much as possible. Food stamp recipients in North Carolina can now use their benefits to buy groceries online. North Carolina is the 10th state to implement this flexibility, which officials said will remain in place beyond the COVID-19 emergency. In a statement, Dr. Mandy Cohen said, quote, "People need to feed their families while also practicing social distancing. This will allow families to order groceries at home and lower the risk of getting sick." A warning from the FDA says that 97% of drugs sold through online pharmacies are fake or not approved by the government. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, the buying of medication online has skyrocketed. According to the FDA, quote, "Highly sophisticated criminal enterprises are utilizing malware, engaging in identity theft, and selling medicine that does not work or worse is dangerous to your health." The websites can often offer consumers medication without proper labeling, give people medication without a prescription, and not give them directions on how to safely use the drug. Some drugs have FDA warnings that are required to be put on the label before someone takes them. These rogue pharmacies operating outside of government regulation might not be putting these warnings on the medication. Consumers buying from online pharmacies might not know about the serious health risks associated with the drug as a result. Some of the online pharmacies have websites that seem legit and names that are convincing, like RX Partners and Discount Online Pharmacy. If someone decides to go online to buy medicines, they can verify the websites they're purchasing drugs from with the FDA by going to verifybeforeyoubuy.org. From WREL TechWire, starting this week, more than 280 buses will be equipped with Wi-Fi to bring internet access to students living in communities without it. With no end in sight for the coronavirus crisis, K-12 public schools will continue remote learning through the end of the year. In a statement, Governor Roy Cooper said, quote, "In many communities, school buses are already delivering meals to students and their families. Now, they're delivering Wi-Fi for online learning." The initiative is also getting a boost from the private sector. AT&T and Google are providing up to 100 Wi-Fi hotspots each, and the Duke Energy Foundation is offering up to 80. The North Carolina Business Committee on Education is also part of the effort. How it works is simple. Buses will travel to underserved areas in school districts and park in designated locations, such as school nutrition meal distribution sites or a grocery store. Students can then drive up and use this temporary access to turn in assignments, download materials, and connect with teachers. Wi-Fi access is also available for all residents to connect to healthcare providers, apply for unemployment, and access other critical information and services while exercising appropriate social distancing precautions. Additional information, including links for locations, a map of other public Wi-Fi drive-up locations, as well as a listing of free or low-cost options for internet service during the pandemic, can be found on our website. This has been your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. As always, if you like the news and information you get from this show, let us know. Leave a rating and review wherever it is you listen. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our new episodes. Thanks for listening.